Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon OmegaRuby. I'm your host, PokeGamer. In the last episode, we pretty much finished off Route 110, and what we're going to do today is we're going to be heading into Mauville City, the new and I guess somewhat more improved Mauville City. Prepare your anuses, we're going to be going into something that's completely different, pretty much. Of course, storyline type of shit is going to be normal, but outside of that, it's going to be pretty different. Like, very different. I'm talking Mauville City's all inside of a building rather than being outside. It's not just buildings on the outside, it's actually buildings that it's basically turned into a giant apartment complex that kind of has like its own little central area that, you know, does whatever. It's kind of hard to explain, but I mean, it loses some of its important buildings and kind of just turns into a giant apartment complex. When you think back to how the old Mauville was, the only other relevant big building that they had was the game corner, which was not implemented in this game. Kind of like a Easter egg, they kind of still threw in something about it, but they probably didn't implement it due to the whole gambling thing and didn't want to, you know, end up probably getting sued again. I think they got sued in the past for doing some kind of like gambling thing, and as a result they probably have since stopped doing any kind of like gambling thing in the games, like a game corner or whatever. Or if they did, they cleverly disguised it as something else where you didn't like offer up money or some kind of currency or whatever to, you know, actually play. So I don't know. Another thing we need to kind of cover, and I'm sure people heard me just kind of go, whatever, but whatever, just moving on. In case anyone hasn't already checked it out over on Serebii, it has been announced that on Thursday, December 11th, the European Wii U eShop will be offering the classic Game Boy Advance title Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire for download, following the Japanese release on Wednesday. This title was the sequel to the original Pokemon Pinball and featured all of the Pokemon in the Hoenn Pokedex. And I can't tell symbols for shit, so one of them is going to be $6.99, the other is going to be $6.79. I don't know which one's euro and which one's quid or whatever the hell the other type of currency is over there. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of a thing. So basically it only applies to anyone that's watching this that happens to live over in Europe. So I mean, have fun with that title, and I don't even have a Wii U, so it's not like I can get it anyways. Trust me, I really, really wish I had a Wii U right now, but I mean, poor as hell, so obviously that's not something that I can just easily get. Anyways, as you saw at the bottom of the top screen there, you can press select or start in order to rearrange your registered items if you happen to have more than one. At the beginning, you kind of saw me kind of deselect the dowsing machine. The reason for this is because I tried to record prior to this recording, of course, and for whatever reason it wouldn't switch places with the bike, and it's kind of like 9 o'clock in the morning right now, and yeah, brain not working as well as it probably should be. But sleep schedule's kind of gotten a little bit fucked up. Language, I don't really care. I have been going to bed around 9 or so in the morning, and obviously this causes a result in me waking up around 5 or 6, which gives me very little time in order to record whatever I need to record, especially on Wednesdays whenever I have to record 2 videos and have them live before basically the end of the night. And it's kind of stupid to try and like upload something like, you know, my Let's Play or the video that I need to upload for No Limit Gaming every week at around like 9 to like midnight at night. Losing my voice. Pardon me. But yeah, I mean, like I need to work on getting my sleep schedule fixed, and the best way to do that without skipping episodes is probably to either A, record it really early and not sleep for the rest of the day, or B, skip a day and, you know, or rather record way in advance, meaning like recording on Sunday night and doing it that way. I don't know why I'm losing my voice. I really hate whenever I do this. It's probably because of the cold weather. I don't know, it just happens more often during winter and I really hate it. Anyways, as you saw, we kind of went upstairs but came back down. this place basically has like 3 stories. One is the top floor, which is kind of like an outside area. Then you got the middle floor, which is the apartment complex, and then you got the bottom floor, which is, you know, things like stores and whatnot. So it's kind of like a 3-story apartment complex where it's kind of divvied up into your actual homes, and you have like a shopping district, and then you have just like a outside type of thing where people can kind of hang out. It's kind of like a park slash like whatever. It's kind of cool, but it's still, you know, it's still more complex than I think it really needs to be. Anyways, this place is kind of like a food court, and the cool thing about this place is you can place an order at the register. Obviously, there's like an NPC there that you can talk to, and you can place an order for like something that you'd want to eat or whatever. And I actually haven't done this myself yet, but the way I'm assuming that it works is you place your order, you get whatever you want, and then it sits you down at a table somewhere. I don't know if it's like the same table every time or what, but apparently trainers will come up and battle you to try and take your seat, and if you lose before they call it, like they do the buzzer thing for you, then obviously you don't get like whatever the payout is or whatever. I don't know what you get for this exactly, whether it be experience or whatever. It seems kind of like the restaurants from X and Y, but it's still pretty cool that it's kind of like that. It's kind of like hot seat. I think that's like what a game used to be. I don't really remember, but yeah, like just kind of king of the mountain type of thing. You know, you're sitting on your little throne and people are trying to dethrone you. So I mean, it's kind of what that is. That area there takes you into the lower central area, which is also where you can find the Pokemon Center, the Pokemart, and I think there might be one other thing there that you can kind of go into. I don't think there is, but it's possible, so just kind of keeping that out there. We're going to be getting into that towards the end of the episode, which is, you know, again, like 8 minutes from now. So, yeah. You can tell I'm tired whenever I have to somewhat think about math like that. But I mean, it's no big deal. I'm still kind of awake. But, I mean, believe it or not, hot tea is actually a very good way to keep yourself awake, even though for some people it might actually do the opposite. I've always been weird. Anything that's kind of caffeinated or any kind of like sugar usually puts me to sleep for some reason. I don't understand. If it has a lot of sugar, then yeah, it keeps me awake. Or, yeah, but usually kind of does the opposite effect. No, not that anyone cares. Pokemon related, I actually don't remember if I actually did this when I was going through my AlphaSapphire. I don't ever remember getting the Treecko, the Torchic, and the Mudkip dolls. So that's something that I actually think is new to me. So congratulations. I actually didn't know about that. I also don't remember if I ever got the TM for round. So I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's actually, it makes me kind of disappointed in myself because I usually try to talk to every NPC. This one here specifically, if you happen to have Tornadus, Thundurus, or Landorus, you can bring them here and change their forms into their Therian forms. I don't know if you get the reveal glass from her, or if you just have to take them to the mirrors and be like, oh hey, look into the mirror, bro, and then they just change form. Kind of like how they did with the Rotoms in Black and White and whatnot with the appliances that you could interact with on the little shopping mall in Route 9. I don't know if it's like that or not because I haven't gotten the genies on my AlphaSapphire yet. I haven't really transferred much of anything. I've been focusing mostly on Elsword lately because I have in total about 6 or 7 characters, and all of them I've been trying to level up so that I can do the secret dungeons. Not that anyone might understand what I'm getting at there, but like I need to be a high level in order to do them, and you get really good drops from them, so that's why I need to do that. By the way, the scene that you're going to be seeing with Wally after we're done, kicking his ass, it's kind of creepy. It creeps me out just thinking about it, but I wonder if he does this with the male character. I'll have to find out someday. But, easy fight. I just went with Rock Tomb because physical move is not tackle, even though I'm almost positive tackle would have killed, just because we have an attacking nature, and I actually have EV trained this thing. But, yeah. Speaking of Elsword, part of me has actually been tempted to try and start doing Elsword videos, but the thing is, a lot of Elsword videos that you see online, is obviously more specifically on YouTube, They're mostly PvP based, and I'm not really up for doing that, especially if I'm going to be recording it, because, I mean, if it in any way lags me out, then it's just like a free win for my opponent, and I don't really get anything. This is what I meant by creeping me out a little bit. He kind of gets all blushy with you, like he has a crush on you, and he just wants to actually call you a rival. I don't understand why it's so hard to just be like, hey, can I consider you a rival or something? Even though it seems kind of really weird and awkward to ask someone that, when you could just say, oh, well, this person is, you know, challenging to me. Maybe I can try and best them and, you know, maybe someday surpass them. Instead, he feels the need to ask. I mean, I don't know about you, but like if you feel like you need to, or not need, but rather want to be better than someone else, you usually just mentally consider them a rival, and you just want to, you know, be better than them. You challenge them to basically everything and try to prove that you're better than them or something. Like, I don't know. But like I was saying with L-Sword, I don't really know what I would do for it. Maybe I can do an L-Sword video at some point if I decide that I want to rant about something. Then again, I kind of do that in every one of my videos anyways, so I don't know if there's really much point to doing that. I mean, I'm sitting here kind of ranting about me ranting in L-Sword for like a video or something, even though it's not really ideal considering, again, I rant in my videos. This is kind of hilarious and derpy, by the way. She can sit in the newscaster spot, so she kind of just looks like that. And if you just kind of sit there, she'll just sit there and continuously blink with this like awkward smile on her face. I swear that they, like, I don't think they thought that out very thoroughly. I mean, let's be real. When it came to Alicia and her Altaria, like, she's just sitting there in front of a camera, smile, and just awkwardly just, you know, standing still, like, I don't even want to be here type of status. And I miss that NPC, GG. But yeah, she's just got this like really weird, awkward smile as like a character in the game. Like, obviously her little art that you can kind of see off to the right of the top screen there, it looks legitimate, it looks like normal, and, you know, not so derpy. But in game, she kind of seems a bit derpy and maybe even somehow like mentally challenged. I don't know. It just kind of weirds me out a little. Then again, I mean, Lol is even creepier because, I mean, the blushy shit and all that. Not to mention the way that Brendan acts at some points in this game. I mean, I don't know. If anyone else has played through the game, at least up to this point, if they're playing along with me, let me know if you found it to be a tad bit creepy that he does that, because I don't know, it just seems a bit creepy to me. This guy here is named Giddy, and you can talk to him. And I don't know if your responses here matter or not. I just kept saying yes because it's easy that way. You get O powers from him, and depending on how far you are in the game, you can get more. I believe that you can't get any more from Giddy specifically until you get to around Sutopolis, because you have to be able to get into the second story in order to talk to him, I believe, because they call that area the Mauville Hills. And if I'm not mistaken, like his like twin brother or whatever shows up like after you leave the Pokemon Center and come back, and you can get some more O powers from that person as well. So you get a decent number of like the regular O powers from them. So I mean, if you want to get the O powers, it's a good way to kind of start. They're mostly here, so I mean, it's not like you're losing out on much. But I mean, just saying, it's something that I feel like you would really want to do just because it's going to be useful. Like whenever it comes to catching our box legendary or, you know, something like that, you can just throw up a capture power and hopefully you'll do better than, you know. So I mean, that's something to kind of consider. I mean, for later down the line, I know that I'm going to need them because, again, catching the box legendary is going to be a major pain. Anyways, there are TMs here, and we definitely need at least one of these for later down the line, because I'm not going to be cheap and trade over one of my Pokemon just so that way I can give it something like Thunderbolt, which would be kind of completely OP and unfair at this point in the game. I'm getting Charge Beam for Kirlia, which I'm going to probably either A, teach off screen, or I'm going to teach in the next episode, one of the two, because we're going to need it later down the line. But anyways, considering we're pretty much out of time, in the next episode we're going to continue going through Mauville, and then we'll probably get started on the gym and head west towards the town that you just went to. And yeah, so be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.